Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about the American politics. We're going to talk about the crushing victory of Zohran Mamdani over Andrew Cuomo. Terrible candidate. But Zohran just beat him. So let's dive in. Lots to discuss here. First and foremost, I was wrong. You can go right over onto my Twitter right now, and by the way, I have a link tree, and you'll get all my social medias on one link tree. It's in the description right below. So I went on Twitter and it was like, I'm predicting now before the election that Zohran Mamdani will lose. Why did I do that? Well, you're like, Scott, every poll was saying he was going to win. Yeah, I'm supposed to believe that, right? Liberal mainstream media gives me lots of polls that tell me liberal mainstream candidate will win. Please, right. But I was wrong. He absolutely did win. And so what does that mean? Well, it means that sometimes polling is right. So I do scoff at polling. I think it's ridiculous, and I don't pay attention to it because I think it's utterly worthless. But here I was wrong, and so I need to reevaluate that. Sometimes polling is right. So Zohran Mamdani was predicted by the polls throughout to win, right? And he did. So that means that sometimes polls are right. And also, you got to take your lumps when they come. I was wrong, right? So, all right, let's keep moving. All right, so what does this mean? Is this a big deal? Yes, this is a very big deal. What does Zohran Mamdani's election mean for Trump? Well, it's a rejection of Trump. He didn't have the power to stop this. And also to be Democrat for the New York City to be electing a radical Democrat socialist flies in the face and is an insult to Donald Trump, right? This is a big deal. Does MAGA need to be worried? Yeah. Like this could absolutely be a game changer for 2028. It could mean that and this is really so. Wait. How could this be bad for the Republicans? Well, there's so many lessons from Zohran Mamdani, right? One of the lessons I've been thinking about a lot lately is, Lord forbid you win, right? You really got problems when you win in America, right? Because when you win, it's on you, right? The Americans are like, hey, you just won. You need to change everything. It's on you. Every problem belongs to you, right? And in the old days, this wasn't the case. People were like, oh, well, the president doesn't have power. A lot of stuff that's happening in this presidency is just what came from the last presidency. All that nonsense is gone, right? And so basically, voters will punish you very, very quickly. Biden, one of the biggest punishments there, like I really feel like Biden was defeated in 2024 because the Democrats gaslit America for 4 years that Biden was the president. He was clearly not making many decisions. I guess we don't have proof either way. For most Americans, just like me, we did not see much evidence that Biden was acting as a president. We felt like, well, he's in the White House. I'm sure he's sitting, in a rocker, sipping sweet tea with a shawl over his legs, but I don't really get a lot of idea that he's running the country. And so the Democrats, for essentially running a Manchurian candidate, got a swift kick in the virtual teeth in this last election. That's just where we are. And so Americans will swiftly punish you, right? And so Trump comes in. He crushed the election. He won the presidency, and they won the Senate, and the Republicans won the Senate and the House, right? That's huge. That is a massive win, right? But now, is this a punishment of Trump? Yes, yeah, I believe so. Why? Well, he's occupied American cities with U.S. soldiers. Like, wait. He occupied U.S. citizens with American soldiers? Wait, that's what every Republican prepper was getting ready to happen from the Democrats. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like so. That's a it's an unforced error. Trump has had a ton of unforced errors, right? The other one, and this one is huge. This announcement that that he is the presidential pick for the Republicans in 2028, catastrophic mistake, right? And I get it. He's feeling himself. He's got a lot of power. People love him. He delivers a lot of win, and he thinks he can get away with anything. I think a lot of Republicans are worried about this, genuinely worried about this. Why, Scott? Why do you think Republicans are worried about it? Are they saying it? No, I can tell you right now. You ask a Democrat what they're worried about, they'll tell you every single thing they're worried about and 5 things they're worried about that you didn't want to know, right? When Republicans worry, they don't say nothing, not to nobody. They just show up and vote the way they need to vote, right? Very, very interesting. So I do think this is an absolute clapback against Donald Trump for unforced errors, specifically the 2028 ploy and the occupying American citizens with U.S. soldiers. That is not cool. Americans do not like that, and conservatives definitely don't like that, right? So this is a huge, huge deal. I really think this is major trouble for the Republicans. And you're like, well, don't get too worried, Scott. Zohran Mamdani is not going to be able to do anything he said. He's probably going to be able to do 25% of what he said, and his 4 years are going to be a catastrophic failure. He promised the world. Now he's got to deliver, and in New York, that's extremely hard to do, right? And he's going to have a lot of people fighting him. But this is a huge win for the Democrats and the left and liberals. Make no mistake, this matters. This is absolutely a clapback at President Trump. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.